Yes, sir, you read that right. Last night, while laying in bed, I made $10,883 with only these two trades right here. Both were taken at 1 in the morning on NAS 100. You can see it right here. This was around a 1 to 4, and this one was around a 1 to 3. Now, the only reason I'm making this video, and the only reason that you should be watching this video, is to learn how I did it step by step. And I pride myself on making a strategy that's as simple as it can be. So by the end of this video, I'm not going to waste your time. I'm going to give you access to my full strategy in under 2 steps, in under 5 minutes. I'm going to give you access to the indicator that you can see that I clearly use for completely free, and I'm going to give you access to my full 10-hour course. But without further ado, let's get right into me explaining and showing you how exactly I made 10 bands. But before we get started, I really need you guys to have this indicator added to your charts. It's completely free. I'm not going to charge you a penny. All you got to do is check out the first link in the description, in this video description, and it's going to prompt you to my web page. Just sign up. After that, you're going to head over to this channel that says indicator access, right? With the Tradingview logo, you're going to put your username right here for Tradingview and then claim indicators, and then you have it right there and then. And step number 1, we're going to be doing our top-down analysis to determine our bias. That means that we're going to be determined if we're going to be looking for buys or for sells in this market. And for this, we're using 2 time frames. First, the daily. Second time frame is going to be the 4-hour. And what we need them to be doing is doing the exact same thing, and it's creating higher highs or higher lows at the same time. We cannot have the daily creating higher highs and higher lows and the 4-hour creating lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows. We need them both to be doing the exact same thing. In this case, if the daily is creating higher highs and higher lows, we need the 4-hour to be doing the exact same thing. Now that we have that, we can move over to step number 2. But if we don't have that, then that pair does not get traded that day. That pair does not get traded up until they're both doing the exact same thing, period. Now for step number 2, of course, is going to be a little bit more complicated. Still very simple though, but we're going to be using these 4 images so I can show you guys how it all starts from here and how it's going to end at the end right here. And you guys need to know that we're going to be using the exact same time frame every single time to enter. In this case, it's going to be the 1 minute, and I'm going to be using these 4 images so you guys can understand and visually see what I'm talking about. So once we have the 4-hour and the daily, showing us that we are bullish because they were both creating higher highs and higher lows with the breakups of the indicator, we have to look for the exact same thing in the 1 minute. So in this case, you guys can see prior to this break to the upside right here and the higher high and the higher low that got created, this being the high and this being the low, we had the market going down, 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 creating lower lows and lower highs. So this whole time, we were not doing anything. We were just sitting on our ass and just waiting for this to happen. Now that it happened, we can move on to slide number 2. In slide number 2, we want price to come back into our area, in this case being from this high, like I showed you guys, to this low. And once price comes back, you guys can see it did. We can put our buy stop order right above the current protected high, which is the high that you guys just saw, and our stop loss at the current protected low, which is this one right here. Now, we're going to be using a buy stop order instead of a market and limit order because we want to see price actually give us some momentum and show us that it wants to go in the direction that we are expecting it to go to. And if it doesn't give us momentum, we're going to see price just go sideways and not do anything, right? Or go down, completely invalidating the setup. And instead of it giving us a loss, it's just nothing. Now, in slide number 3, I want you guys to know that we're going to be at least targeting at 1 to 2 every single time. And once we hit that, we're going to be putting our stop loss to break even. Now, in this case, you guys can clearly see that because we didn't place our stop loss right away to break even, we did not go ahead and take that loss. And instead of that, we ended up hitting our 1 to 2. And that's pretty much the whole strategy. Now, before we get to the end of the video where I actually show you guys and break down the 2 trades that I took last night in bed, I want to ask you guys to first hit the like, hit the sub, and leave me a comment. It does help out the algorithm quite a lot. And as you guys know, I've been trying to drop 3 to 4 videos every single week for completely free. So you guys can, full on learn the strategy and, have a chance to become financially free. And also, I want to plug this and show you guys that I did send these trades prior to me even taking them. You can see it right here. This is me showing my members, my students, that I was in bed literally while this was happening around, I think it was like 1:30 a.m. You guys can see at 1:17 a.m. Back in NAS, this was my second trade. I sent it right there. You see 1:12 a.m. And then I had the other one, I think it was a little bit earlier right here. So yeah, 9 p.m. I said I was activating. I'm in NAS. As you guys can see, I showed proof right away. Now let's move on to Tradingview though. Okay, for the daily last night, you guys can clearly see it, not only with the indicator, but also just with your eyes. You can see that we are breaking up. We not only have 1 break to the upside, we have 2, but we have 3 and the daily. So that makes it completely bullish. The daily is creating higher highs and higher lows. So we can step down to the 4-hour and look for the exact same thing. Now that we're in the 4-hour, we can see that we had 1 break to the upside, 2 breaks to the upside, 3 breaks to the upside, clear higher highs and higher lows being created, making both the daily and the 4-hour bullish, equaling our bias being bullish, so that when we step down to the 1 minute and look for entries, we're going to be looking for buys. So here we are with the replay tool and the 1 minute. We can clearly see that right now we are creating bearish structure. We've had one break to the downside. So what do? We don't do anything. We literally just wait for there to be a break of a predicted high, but nothing just yet. Now we get another break to the downside, still just waiting. Now right here, we get our break to the upside. Now what we want is for price to come back into our range from this high to this low right here. Once it does that, we can put our orders. As you guys can see, price came in and left immediately. So we can put our order right here, right at the high, and our stop loss at the predicted low. And as always, we're going to target a 1 to 2. And there's our TP last night. This took around, I think, an hour and a half. There you go. And then right after, I'm going to show you guys number 2, trade number 2. And see how price kept going up? That does not matter. Does not bother me. I didn't care. Waiting. You guys can see it kept on going up. There is no reset of the breaks. The only way I can get a reentry is if we break down and then break back up. So we need a reset of the breaks. Okay, we break down right here. And here we go. We got a bullish break right here. So if we get price come back into our area, then I'll pull my order. Okay, price is in the area. My stop loss is right here. I have my order in. I'm still not tapped in though. Okay, we get tapped in just there. And that was an instant loss. That's completely fine. You guys know at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. This is just an investment towards profit. So now we're going to wait for the exact same thing. I waited for there to be another break up, test of the range, and then I enter it again. Okay, we get our break up right here. We get the test of the range too. So then I had my entry right here and my stop loss was right down here. In this case, I added a little bit more to my position and my new entry was right here with the stop loss at this low. And as always, you guys know, we target at least a 1 to 2. Now for this break, I did end up adding a little bit more size and I moved my stop loss higher just to have a tighter stop loss. And I did end up closing my trade right here, just in profit, just enough so that I was able to make, as you guys know, $10,000. As always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, hit that sub, and check out the links in the description for the free course and the free indicator. See you on the next one. Peace out.